What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Whales and Locks. In today's video, we're going to be looking at my two favorite betting plays here for day 2 action of the Sweet 16 on Sunday, March 28th. So let's get right down to it here with this first matchup that I absolutely love. Number 4 seeded Florida State taking on number 1 seeded Michigan. I think this is a really interesting matchup, probably between the two best teams in the ACC and Big Ten respectively. But I ultimately really like Michigan here, minus 2.5, and I'll explain why here. The first thing that scares me for this Florida State team is this team just isn't the same team offensively that we saw throughout most of the season. On the season, Florida State averages 78 points per game, a really high total, ranking them 47th in the country. However, over their last 5, they've been averaging just 70.4 points per game. And in their first tournament game against UNC Greensboro, they didn't hit a single 3 in that game. I think a lot of these issues can be attributed to the fact that something has happened to MJ Walker, who I think is still their best player, since his injury in the middle of the season. Over his last 8, he's averaging just 9.3 points per game, and in this NCAA tournament, he has just 11 points and only took 3 shots in the win against Colorado. It's an underlying factor that continues to go unmentioned for this Florida State team that I think is vital against a really good scoring Michigan offense. On the Michigan side, they come into this tournament with a lot of questions surrounding the offense's ability to get it going without Isaiah Livers, but I think the Wolverines have proven a lot of doubters wrong. Granted, it hasn't been the most elite defenses in the country, but over this 2-game NCAA tournament stretch, Michigan has scored 82 and 86 points respectively. Their success has been fueled by emerging role players in Sean D. Brown and Eli Brooks, and to be honest, it doesn't look like this team has lost a step and still looks like the second or third best team in the country. So I do think Michigan will be just fine in this game, and I think they take this game by about 7 or 8 points. So give me Michigan here minus 2.5. And for my second favorite play of the day here in this Pac-12 battle here between number 7 seeded Oregon and number 6 seeded USC, I think it's awesome that the Pac-12 is doing so well after being looked down upon throughout the entire season. Constantly unranked, even though you could see the talent on these teams. In this game, I think it stays really close with 2 evenly matched opponents, but I ultimately like Oregon here plus 2.5. I feel like everyone's been saying this, but it's really true. Oregon is finally healthy for the first time all season, and we saw their full arsenal on display against Iowa as they dropped 95 points on them. I like seeing Will Richardson and Chris Duarte both be fully healthy and absolutely dominant at the guard positions. Oregon comes into this game winners of 8 of their last 9. However, they did lose their only game against USC this season pretty badly, 72-58. That game, I do think if you look at truly what transpired, it is highly unlikely to happen like that again, as in the first half of that game, USC opened up a 15-0 lead to start and never looked back, and also Taj Edey hit 5 threes in the first half. So neither of those is going to happen again, realistically. USC is no doubt playing their best basketball of the season right now, as they just handed Kansas their 3rd worst loss in school history, winning by 34 points. Evan Mobley is the absolute truth and should be possibly the number 1 pick in the draft, and at absolute worst, number 2. But I just think we're looking at a situation here where Dana Altman in March is becoming one of those guys you do not want to bet against, as Oregon has reached the Sweet 16 under Dana Altman in 4 of the last 6 tournament appearances, and the Elite 8 twice. So 2 great teams here, but give me the more experienced Altman in this Ducks team, plus 2.5, and I do think they win the game as well. And there you have it. Those are my 2 favorite betting plays here for Sweet 16 action day 2. Please leave your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say about these games and possibly other games going on Sunday. So if you did enjoy this content and would like to see more picks in the future, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.